Okay, so picking back up where we left off from last time, we've talked to Charisme. Oh, closing my notifications. So we talked to Sister Charisme. She's giving Woljif a chance to clear his name by finding who the actual traitor is. So now we got to go back to talk to Erebeth and ask her if she knows who it is. No encounters, huh? Okay. By the way, if anyone has any builds that they think are fun or would be cool to see, feel free to share them. And if you have any suggestions for what to do with companions, same thing. I plan on playing this more than once. Matter of fact, I'm playing separately from live streaming. Or, well, streaming and recording, I should say. This seems like one of those games with enough variability that, like, choosing different things, going with different builds, while the story may be similar, choosing, having different outcomes gives it enough replay value that I don't think I'd mind playing this 2, maybe 3 or 4 times. But anyways. Erebeth rubs her red and tigers. Any success? How is the city? There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the Tieflings? Erebeth arches her brows in surprise. Canabras is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves? Erebeth sighs. Erebeth sighs. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. Erebeth hesitates as she tries to remember. He had a cloak with a hood, masking his face. But the long horns didn't fit under it. There should be a guarding golem in Ancient Trees and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Aurori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get like with the golem. Okay. Go, Mayomade, keep you safe. Is there anything else to pick up on here? I think that's all I can do for now. Probably cross more stuff later.
Make way.
Admittedly, the first part of the game is a little slow, but that's not a surprise considering that's usually how these games work. Ancient Trees and Wonders. Yep, we'll go this way. Don't worry, I'll get the dead horse later. We'll beat the dead horse at another time. You know, I really love that, like, it's like this, like, detailed, painted map, and then, like, it's like furled out on a table, and there's, like, chalk lines, and just the aesthetics for this game are so spot on. Okay, so
I found.
phew, free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Fidian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. A Pathfinder is... The Pathfinder Society is a globe-spanning organization based in Absalom. The membership consists primarily of Pathfinders, adventurers who travel throughout Golarion, usually inconspicuously, and explore, delve, and otherwise experience the lesser-seen parts of the world. They send journals documenting their travels back to their adventure captains, who also assign them new missions and suggest new places to explore. The most exciting and illuminating of these journals are compiled in the Pathfinder Chronicles, an ongoing series of books that collect the history and mystery of Golarion for its membership and the general public. Now, I don't play Pathfinder, but I have to imagine this is what the excuse is for, like, their books. And by books, I mean, like, their modules. You're a Pathfinder? That's right, Fidian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting, mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least the shop makes for better lodging than some inn. What I meant was, what are you? What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from? Is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Khelids of the Star-Eye clan fled when the world-wounding troubles began, but I couldn't stand idly by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me phantom blades. A phantom blade? What's that? It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors. How did you end up in the shop? Ugh, I've been here for so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders. But it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders. So I've taken up residence here. The city's under attack by the demons. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it was a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. There's some demons in Canabas. We must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone, and besides, the more the merrier. Alright, I'll take you with me. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party's missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word. Finian the Talking Weapon. You now have a unique companion, Finian the Talking Weapon. You can access him through a special button in your inventory. Click on it to initiate dialogue with him, or change his form to make him take the shape of any weapon before handing him to one of the characters in your party. There are no limitations to changing Finian's form. Finian will become more powerful as his personal story progresses. Oops. Polished oak shells once showcased magic rings, and everything else left are the grubby handprints of robbers. Okay. So some scrolls have been torn apart, and some have been trodden on by muddy boots. Not going to be a whole lot in here, but we'll take what we can get. It's funny how there's like this epic music exploring the shop. Oh no, I've already failed their perception checks. Oh, you guys suck. Bad rolls, bad rolls. Okay, just real quick, since we got him, we're going to talk to Finian. So, this took me a while to figure out, but the way you turn Finian into a weapon is you pick what you want, which, what am I going with? I totally forget what I'm specializing in. Okay, good strength. So, what do I not have? Let's go with the Great Axe. Okay, so Finian the Talking Weapon. Let's just do this. Yeah, so you pick what you want here, and then it creates the item down here, and then you drag the item from here into whatever the slot you want. Which, speaking of... I've already got a +1 weapon. Maybe I should make this something for... Yeah, we'll just leave it like this. So, to start off with, Finian is a +1 Cold Iron Ghost Touch weapon. So +1 is kind of obvious. You add 1 to the attack and damage rolls. Cold Iron allows you to bypass damage resistance for a number of creatures, but most importantly, demons. And Ghost Touch. A Ghost Touch weapon deals damage normally against incorporeal creatures, regardless of its bonus. An incorporeal creature's 50% reduction in damage from corporeal sources does not apply to attacks made against it with Ghost Touch weapons. I don't think he looks any different than these weapons normally do, which is a little unfortunate, but can't ask for too much. Unique weapons and antique armor previously displayed on these stands. It's unlikely their new owners even know their true value. True. Okay, The formerly well-appointed shop now looks a sorry state. It has been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to a scorched wall are the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Master. Code word. Hand of Aurori. Code word correct. The golem's eyes glow brighter, awaiting orders. We don't care about any of this. So tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. The golem is silent for a moment. 56 individuals entered the shop. Human, female, old. Gnome, male, old. Human, female. Could be real enough customers till nightfall. We need to ask it in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? Tieflings, 3. Tiefling, male, middle-aged. Tiefling, male, young. Tiefling, female, young. Describe the young male tiefling. Tiefling, male, medium height. Short horns curling backward. Medium tail length. Eye color, yellow. Hair color, black. Special observations, annoyed master. Horns, hair, tail. That sounds like me, but it's not possible. I know what the scary's like here. I didn't come near the place. I give you my word, chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There, see, it can't have been me. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling, male, medium height, long horns, medium length tail, eye color, pale blue, skin color, dark, special observations, red hair. Oh, that's our trader. I bet your life on it. Carries may drill it into our heads that we wasn't to go hanging about the shop. Red hair. We've got a couple of gingers, and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for special observation. Golems ain't all they cracked up to be, eh? Maybe its master knows more. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling, female, above average height, hair, long, pale, tail, not observed, long horns, eye color, blue, special observation, scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. I don't know that one. A new arrival, most likely. Gold stitching. Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. The golem is silent, waiting for an order. Oops! I forgot to ask. Where is your master? Phailman Fruliatros, my master, is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. He likely holed himself up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where's the basement in this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my position is prohibited. Have I found everything I wanted? No. So we're gonna move him with athletics. Cool. To the basement.
Or don't.
I hope you appreciate this.
Phailman Fruliatros, the elderly gnome, so portly as to be nearly spherical. Oh yeah, you sure about that? Is curled up in the corner of the basement, shaking. Marauders! Bandits! Scavengers! Yeah, makes sense. We're all of those things, and much, much more. Before you report to the authorities, mind if we have a good chat? Please calm down. No one's going to rob you. The gnome peers at you. You look better dressed than the local thieves and ragamuffins. He says without, I have no shirt. We're looking at the same person? You came here to tell me the nightmare is over. No, it's not. You're here to steal my riches. Get back! The gnome notices Woljif and his rounded face turns scarlet. You, Woljif, the dirty little sneak thief. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. The gnome seems to settle slightly. My name's Phailman Fruliatros. I was the owner of the shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe, but nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The Watch was very keen to get their hands on those tieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Galorian. So, of course, I did everything they said. And I've been stuck in the basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door, no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought that it was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited Ancient Trees and Wonders recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging in his heels, just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. Intimidate plus 10, bluff plus 10. You know, I'm going to go with Intimidate. Fits a little more roleplay-wise. Reach for your weapon. Start talking or else. Succeed. Filman recoils. All right. Just put that away. I'll tell you everything. Ask your questions if it's so important. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. Filman falls to thinking. A red-haired tiefling, I suppose. Yes, there was one who came in. Spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means, I could tell by his clothes. But he asked me to show him an ASMR-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing, and I put my mind at ease. Can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get to have a good look at his face. All I remember is that he was wrapped in a green cloak like he was freezing. But that's all I have. That's it. With that description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief. Back to Sister Charisme. We gotta have a good, long shifty at all my brothers and put all these clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't gonna wriggle out of this one. Tell me about the Tiefling woman. Filman scratches his chin. Tiefling woman. Yes, I remember now. A noble lady. Unlike the Tiefling ruffians we have around here, she purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all Tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. Tell me about Woljif. Woljif Jefto, right? Yes, I've known him a long time, though I'd rather not have known him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He wanted to look at the Moon of the Abyss. Or he always wanted to look at the Moon of the Abyss. I chased him out, but he'd just slink back in again. If he was with the gang that robbed my shop, I'll bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all was the one who's got the moon. I want to see it return too, you got me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. I found everything I wanted to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace with my wreck of a shop. Sure, Grumpy. As we steal some bottles from him. Do I have a bow to give to him? Oh, I do. Perfect. So Woljif is a little squishy at the start, but you can still get sneak attacks from ranged weapons in this. Perception skills. Nature. Actually, let me give it to her. Okay, since we're here, we're gonna go back to the Tiefling's hideout. I know this isn't super exciting, and this is not a difficult puzzle, especially with what the game's already thrown at me, and I'm not very far in. But I need to resolve this sooner rather than later. Charisma rubs her fingers and never on the handle of her blade. Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name and the Moon of the Abyss that they stole. I don't need anything else. Take a good look at the suspects. The Tieflings are tense and ready to reach for their weapons. The only redheads are Melrone and Doffy. The dark-skinned Tieflings are Varner, Doffy, and Melrone. Doffy, Melrone, and Tavi have straight horns, but Tavi is female. Only Varner and Melrone have cloaks. So, Melrone and Doffy are redheads. Varner and Melrone have green cloaks, which means Varner's not and Doffy's not. Dark-skinned Tieflings are Varner, Doffy, and Melrone. So, even though Varner and Doffy are in the other two categories, still only Melrone. And Doffy, Melrone, and Tavi have straight horns, but Tavi is female. And Tavi wasn't in any of the other ones. So I'm ready to give a name. Traitor is Melrone. So this was the same as last time, even though the clues were the same. What I think would have been cool is to have those categories. You'll pay for this. Votil and Zamara will get you in the end. And then they catch him. So she stabs him, but he's not dead. Grab him. Take him away for questioning. She stabs him and he falls. But that's not dead. That's great. Anyways, I kind of wish what they'd done with this one is, and I know it's harder to code it this way, but I think it would have made it cooler, especially since the game is so replayable, that this has, criteria. And it's like 3 clues, and they're randomized. And so, like, it could have been any of those 5. Yeah, I think that would have been cooler. But anyways, Charisma looks weary, but her earlier tension has clearly lifted. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the Moon of the Abyss. And the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us to Erebus so that he could sweep the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and he'd slink off to meet up with his customer. You've got the Moon of the Abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window display, the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had the time to get the moon off the person who ordered it. Oh, off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultists. I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you going to do now? Clear out of this place. The sooner, the better. The city's dying. I don't want to die with it. The city would have already died if not for the people who stood to defend it with weapons in their hands. So defend it. I'm not stopping you. It's your city. But we've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight for you? Can I join the family? Charisma casts an appraising look at you. You didn't do too badly. I'll tell my superiors about you. Charisma withdraws a ring from her pocket and hands it to you. Here. You're not a brother yet, but you've got potential, no doubt about it. Ooh, I didn't get this last time, but that's because I don't think I could have gotten it last time because I wasn't a tiefling. Chief, you're going to be my little brother. Of course, I'll be taking the biggest cut of everything you bring in for the first while. But that's just what other siblings do in the family. You'll get used to it. I knew you'd spell good things for me. We're going to be swimming in gold. What are you going to do to the traitor? Charisma nonchalantly picks at her nail with her knife tip. He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on the farm to think about what he did. Any more questions? I have to go. Good decision. I don't plan to hang around long either. Charisma turns to leave. Sister, Woljif nervously bites his lip. His cheeks are flushed and his tail swishing through the air. You forgot something. What now? You should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologize to me, loudly, in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I'll still want to hear it. Well, that. Charisma shrugs indifferently. So, sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that just because you don't act like a jerk this one time that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Woljif. Let's go ahead and try for the diplomacy check. That was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Charisma's eyes harden, but then she sighs. Alright, fine. I'm sorry, Woljif. Let's part on good terms. Should I push it? Yeah, I'm gonna push it. And now apologize to me as well. When you falsely accused my ally, you accused me too. I succeeded! Okay. A flurry of emotions pass across Charisma's face. When she finally opens her mouth, her words trickle out slowly, like each one is a struggle. And I'm sorry to you too. And to make it up to you, here. She pulls a key from her pocket and tosses it to you. And now I'm leaving. Nice. Woljif watches her go, his tail relaxing. You've made some impression on her. I've never seen Sister Charisma back down before. Listen, Chief, when you've got a spare minute, come see me. I've something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads. Okay, so let's look at what we got out of that. Here's the Tieflings Ring, or Tiefling Ring. +2 combinus bonus on trickery and stealth checks. If the wearer is a Tiefling, bonus increases to 3. Nice. Can give that to Woljif. Or, yeah, because he gets the most out of it. I could also give it to Camilla. Okay. And so normally you can lockpick this. That's not actually a 0% lockpick chance, by the way. It's because I had the key.
I'm not touching that.
Nice. So
I am helpful.
got the trap.
Am I not?
Unlock, or we're going to loot the chests. Oh, I don't remember. Is it different if you get the key? Or maybe I just missed that chest? Oh, and 1,500 gold. Nice. It's played out a little differently than on my first playthrough, but I'm not remembering most of this stuff. What is this? Ring of Sharp Strike. Whenever the wearer of this ring shoots an enemy engaged in melee combat and hits, the enemy suffers a -1 penalty on all attack rolls for 1 round. Well, that's going on my archer. Let me just make sure I read that right. Whenever the wearer of this ring shoots an enemy engaged in melee combat. Nice! Yeah, I definitely didn't get that last time around. But I also failed that intimidation check. I was able to get through the gate, but I don't remember the ring, so maybe I missed the chest? I don't see how I would have. You failed to sneak past the enemies. Prepare to fight. Yeah, I don't know.
Another obstacle.
Although it may be coded so that
I'll split you
that chest isn't
in half.
lootable if you
The light.
fail one of the
Take
checks.
you.
Anyways.
So this is how it feels.
Holy shit, did he just take her out in one hit?
This is not my time. This was.
Oh, and he took land down too? Damn, I got wrecked.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel better.
Okay, I want to see.
I'm curious.
Man. So I got the crit. And then did you do max? 36. Times 2. Did 24. No, I didn't do max. Man, he took her out in one shot though. Ugh. Anyways.
Move aside.
Wait, did I pick up the weapons? I don't think I did. Man. Even with tanks, it didn't make any difference. Although their charge is annoying, so. Yeah, we're gonna heal up because we're not done for the day. It's amazing how much more effective these are at the earlier levels than they are at the later ones. Also, forgot to see which ones I can copy into his spellbook. Actually, no, I don't want to go back there. Didn't lose too much time by diverting. So we got some reagents going there, and now we're going to go to the market square. So this one, it's a pretty big map. A lot going on this one. So we'll probably spend the rest of the video here. Although that'll depend on how bad I am at this. The enormous cracks appear after a magically induced earthquake struck the land.
Save the last one for me. seconds.
I don't like you.
Mickey Marauder. Oh, he's a berserker too. Oh, he wrecked me. Nice. Probably stop getting punched in the face.
Matritium Turinos. Matritium Turinos.
So I may respec here pretty quickly.
Make way.
I did come across another build that I thought sounded really cool. That I'd make some minor alterations to. If I do go with that route, I'll probably stick with this one just to see how it goes. Oh, Amber.
We'll make this quick. She won't feel a thing.
I don't know. Can we really do this?
Listen, we don't have a choice. There are demons everywhere. What else would you have us do?
A group of knights surrounds a young elven girl. She is dressed in rags that barely cover the hideous scars on her body. The beggar girl's on her knees, watching placidly as the people argue heatedly around her. It's as if she doesn't sense the looming threat at all. A black crow flies in agitated circles above her head.
In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this, not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway.
The knight brings his sword up above the girl's head.
They're insane. We've got to do something.
I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
The girl smiles serenely as though she isn't at risk of imminent death. She is hands down one of my favorite characters. Not for the obvious reasons. I think this, writing a character like this, and we'll get into her specifics later, is really, really interesting stuff. And it's very thought-provoking. But we'll come across that later. What's going on here? The knight's hands are shaking.
Our weapons barely scratch the demon's hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomade so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the abyss.
It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her.
+9, +10. So we're gonna go with the easiest one. Sheath your weapons and step away from her. Or actually, let's try this one. That's ridiculous. The teachings of Iomade directly prohibit the killing of innocents. The goddess will curse you for making this so-called sacrifice.
Exactly. What were you thinking? The goddess would never allow this.
Whose idea was this anyway?
The knight looks
I
at his
think it
comrades in
was
suspicion.
yours.
My idea? I was against the whole thing right from the start. Who said we needed to make a sacrifice? Wasn't it you? You can't blame anyone else for that.
Please don't fight. All of you are good people, defenders of the city. You just made a mistake. Please don't hurt them.
The little girl is defending the people who wanted to slaughter her a minute ago. She's either a saint or she's insane. Maybe the two together.
Hey, I know her. I see her all the time on the street. She's a couple of cards short of a full deck, if you know what I mean.
Hi. Remember when we used to play together when we were little? But then you went and got all big. And I stayed the same for some reason.
Huh? I played with you? Pull the other one.
You did. We played tag and hide and seek. Then you and the bigger boys came up with the game where you all threw stones at me. You laughed so hard, it made me happy too. But then you grew up and went away to do grown-up things. Wanna play with me now?
For the love of... Canabras is too damn small.
Go to the Defender's Heart Tavern. That's where the survivors are gathered. And don't even think of doing anything so disgusting ever again.
Thank you.
They're gone. And they all lived. I was sure that someone would die today. So many people have died here already. But we are still alive for some reason. Strange, isn't it? But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Who are you?
Call me Ember. I live here, on the streets, for many years now. But there's nothing to say about me.
I don't think you're an ordinary girl. And that crow you have there. It's not ordinary either.
No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of tricks. But Soot taught me those. Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She's clever and she can talk, but only to me. She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Magic tricks, you say? You could prove useful when fighting the demons. And I'll be able to protect you from insane soldiers in the streets. Come with me.
I must have misheard. This girl? Join our party? What could we possibly want with this dirty little beggar?
Sure, let's go.
Okay. Go into the house. Oh, I need to...
We are the light. They
Very
are
quickly.
the darkness.
Or forget. So I need to have her use Arrow of Law, otherwise she'll close in to melee.
Out of my way! I'll split you in half!
Okay, so you engage the hostile rat swarm. Against such enemies, regular weapons are ineffective or even completely useless. However, any swarm is vulnerable to attacks that hit an area on difficulty levels below core rules. You can hit a swarm with a regular weapon, but the damage it receives will be halved. Against a swarm of enemies, use this. So as you can see, you can kill them with regular weapons. And I didn't change any rules. This is what's set up by default with normal mode. That said.
How much longer, I wonder?
Come over here.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
They do take, they're
helpful,
harder to
am I
kill
not?
with just normal attacks, and you devastate them with
This is my
AoEs.
kind of
So,
work.
find yourself in that situation. I would recommend using AoE attacks. Yeah, so this will limit him later on, but it's better than nothing right now. Okay, which means we can take the bracers off. We'll put those on Ember since she can't wear any armor anyways. I'll give her a bow. Yeah, we're gonna give her the short bow. Right. 1d6. 1d8. Hmm. 1d8. 1d6 minus 1. Oh, that's fact. I didn't realize bows factor in. Oh. I know Composite lets you add the bonus from your strength. Pathfinder rules. An incomplete magic circle for a summoning ritual. We're gonna destroy it.
Follow me! Or don't. Move aside as we roll!
Archer, Marauder. Okay, no casters, so we're fine. Ugh, I really need to do something about my character going in first. Weapons. The armors are too heavy to... I shouldn't say too heavy to pick up, but they're not worth... They're not even like a 1-2 armor.
Wide open.
1-to-1 ratio for like weight to gold. Oh, okay. Whew. I was like, get the cleric before he casts. I hate that zone thing. It's so annoying. Okay, so ironically, the barbarian has one of the few armors that is worth the weight.
Make way.
But order the commander to Tierbade. We're searching the city for the wounded. Helping. Oh, Kaylessa. Oh, look who I found. The elf hunched up next to you is clutching a small but deep puncture wound. Her appearance is quite remarkable. Her skin is blacker than Eddie Garundi's. Her teeth are fanged, and her hair is gray as a crone's. Her crimson eyes glare at you with a gleam of malice. What are you looking at, soldier? Like what you see? Get only +6? Failed. Okay. Who are you? Giving you a scrutinizing look, she says harshly, "There's no point in you knowing, soldier. Trust me, the answer will only bring you misfortune, and it still wouldn't be of any use to you. I'm a wanderer. You won't ever meet me again. Who wounded you?" She responds with a rather sharp smile. "Haven't you noticed? The city is burning. There's a battle going on. I was wounded by a cultist." Amber is looking her over thoughtfully. "Her wounds are so strange. Not at all like mine. They burned me from the outside, but you were burned from within, I think. It hurt, didn't it?" Unperturbed by her cold silence, Amber continues, "Yes, I can see that it hurt. I'm sorry that happened to you. I can heal you." With a resolute shake of her head, she barks, "Don't! I can handle it myself. I don't like it when strangers cast spells on me. I'm gonna heal her anyways." "To the abyss with you!" The elf clumsily tries to pull away, but the magic does its work, and the stab wound on her body heals quickly. Glaring at you, she mutters through clenched teeth, "Thanks and everything, but the next person who uses magic on me without my permission gets an arrow to the eye." What's with your appearance? Demon's handiwork. Some shrieking spawn flew across the sky, raining corruption down on us. I was caught in the attack. It's fine, it'll go away soon. I know who you are. You're Kaylessa, a cultist of Discari. That's a lie! Her crimson eyes flash and she says firmly, "Oh, I said that so badly. I loathe demons and I'll kill any I come across." Take a closer look at the elf. I failed again? Ugh. Her words sound a lot like lies. They probably are. Why would Foreign slander you? Kaylessa's grim expression hardens further, as bleak and unflinching as the words on a tombstone. You're asking questions that are dangerous in and of themselves. I urge you to stop. The more you know about me, the higher the chances that a traitor's dagger will find its way into your back. I don't believe her. She tries to block your attack with her bow, but the sturdy wood snaps with a resounding crack. Your strike finds its mark, and she falls like a bird shot out of the sky. Blood bubbles from her mouth, and with the last of her strength, she forces out the words, "Soldier, take the... Don't let them forget my story and the dark fate." Her hand reaches into her cloak, then emerges once more. But instead of a dagger, she's clutching some crumpled papers that she forces into your hand. Then she falls silent forever. So that was probably not the right choice, but if I'm role-playing this, I failed all the checks that I needed to believe her, and otherwise she wasn't very convincing. So, holy crap! That's an awesome weapon. I'll give myself one, and can anyone else use it? No. It's more damage. I'll take it. Ironic. Finally, yeah. I'm gonna use the bow, so I stop charging in. Leather armor +2. What? You're scoundrel. Is this not? It's a rogue. Why can't he wear it? So rogues can't wear armor? I don't remember that being a thing. Maybe it's just at higher levels? That's so interesting. Higher max dexterity. Medium armor. Medium armor. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Put this on him. No, wait, I took that off of him. Okay, 6 dexterity, 4 dexterity. I'm gonna put this on her. He's only got 3, so we're gonna put that on him. Just got the half plate. Can I not wear armor? Apparently I can't. Okay. Not that that's a big deal.
What's over there? I don't even want to know.
Yeah, so I need to... I'm gonna go with range just to keep myself out of danger for the time being, because apparently I'm gonna get myself killed.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Nice. Okay, there we go. Oh, Crusader's dead. I'll take his stuff. Save the citizens.
How much longer, I wonder?
Okay, that's where we came in, right? Yep. So, come back over here. So I missed this the first time around, my first playthrough. I was really confused. I was like, wow, this place is tiny. Why is the map so big? There's nothing going on here. Inner walls of Canabras, which encloses the city center, now lies in ruins. Okay, so now we've made a bridge to cross the middle, or to cross the, what did they call it? Crevice? Crack? Whatever. And now we gotta get across the rubble. Took us 3 hours, and we still failed.
Marched me to the bones today.
3 hours and failed again.
Why do I have to do this?
Wow, who is sucking at these? Why are we making nature checks? I don't... Very confused.
Forget it.
Failed again. Who is making these awful? It's a DC 19, and I got... Are you... Seriously?
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Let me draw the first
Oh
blood.
my god, I cannot believe how long that took. We're in so much trouble right now.
Did you see that?
So Camellia failed the saving throw from the fear, so now she's running,
Surrender or else.
which is just gonna cause a bunch of enemies to attack. Good thing she's got pretty good defenses. I cannot believe I failed that skill check like 5 times.
See?
Okay. Even the huge pile of junk isn't enough to block out the exclamations coming from beneath it. Reveal, O dearest darling beauty mine, why didst thou turn thy gaze upon me? Pray tell, Thy husband I called friend a time, but love 'tis an ocean, friendship a well. But Willis, how are we to live, my sweet? Booms a deep masculine voice in response to the same, from beneath the same pile. Indistinct rustling follows. Pass me the ale, will you? Hey, who's there? The pile of junk seems to shake. A stage whisper drifts up from below. Stage whisper. Granny, let's not answer. Methinks those demons be calling down to trying to trick us. In that case, there's nothing for us to do but accept our fate. Sir, demon or not, we are actors from the finest theater in Canabras, the next door theater. We were trapped in this cellar during our rehearsal. Wait, what? We're trapped in here? I thought we barricaded ourselves in here away from the demons. Deliberately. If you didn't nap through the start of every rehearsal, Master Ken, you would be better informed. The seeming exchange degenerates into a stream of unintelligible bickering. We're gonna move the junk. The pile shifts easily, revealing an entrance of some kind to some kind of cellar. There's an interesting-looking chest among the items. Look, the door is open, and now we're completely at the mercy of whatever's up there. If it really is a demon, we have nothing to fear. We have the power of inspiration, after all. But hand me over my ladle and that rolling pin. Okay, Grandma Gretlin, the director. Now look, it's not a demon at all. Greetings, kind friend and rescuer. I am Grandma Gretlin, theater director, and these are the members of my company. Granny, that's not a ladle. That's one of the props for the Malevolent Lich performance. The one Tina made. It's a scepter or something. She made it out of my ladle. She wanted to use a broom handle, but I put that to daft idea. Oh, but I put paid to that daft. I have no idea what the hell that's saying. Or she convinced her not to? Oh, I've seen your show. You're very funny, especially your play where the woman slightly climbs under the chair while singing, and then falls off again. Ember claps her hand in delight. Well, it is actually a Greek tragedy about unrequited love. The chair, you see, it represents a tower of rock rising up above the raging sea like the finger of a giant. And the woman, she isn't supposed to fall, but rather gracefully cascade into the swirling abyss below, just like I showed her 100 times. But I'm glad you liked it. What were you doing down there? We were rehearsing. Our art distracts us from our fear and panic. The dwarf waves her ladle emphatically, doing a fair impression of a conductor. Really? When I'm scared, I eat. We tried that too, but our supplies ran out. But art is eternal. Can you get somewhere safe? Oh, don't worry on our account. We'll be going to our basement in the next street. That's where our lambkin is. We're not afraid of demons with lambkin around. Lambkin? Lambkin, says the dwarf readily. Our male lead. He'll protect us. Don't worry. We know what we're doing. I have to go. Thank you for rescuing us, stranger. Today you did a great service for Mendevian culture, and perhaps the culture of all Golarion. You will certainly be remembered in future eras as the one who saved the critically and publicly acclaimed Next Door Theater. Sure. Okay, so since this royally sucks, we're gonna rest. During their travels, characters need rest. While resting, they regain lost HP, prepare spells, and remove negative effects such as fatigue and exhaustion. You can assign up to 2 characters to every position at the camp, but 1 character can't occupy more than 1 position. Assign characters will make skill checks, providing security and camouflage for the camp, creating scrolls, potions, and magic soups, and combining the effect of the world wound to lower the growth of the abyssal corruption. Your characters currently have 3 activities available during the rest: Protective Rituals, Camouflage, and Nightwatch. Protective Rituals reduce the rate at which the corruption of the abyss grows during rest. To conduct these Protective Rituals, a character must make a successful lore religion skill check. Locations may differ in their levels of abyssal corruption. Camouflage reduces the chances of your camp being discovered. To create camouflage, a character must make a successful stealth skill check. A successful check allows you to negate the possibility of a surprise attack completely. Camille is best suited for this task, as her stealth skill is higher than that of the other characters. Nightwatch gives your party an advantage in case of a surprise attack on the camp. To keep watch at night, a character must successfully make a successful perception skill check. If the skill check is successful by a sufficient margin, your characters will enter combat fully prepared and awake. If the skill check is successful by an insufficient margin, they'll only enter combat awake. If the skill check is a failure, its result will affect the number of characters who are asleep at the beginning of the combat. Windbug and Lan are best suited for this task, as their perception skill is higher than that of the other characters. Roles in camp can also influence outcomes on global map. So this normally comes up much earlier, back when we were in the maze, but I didn't take the rest then because I didn't need it. So funny. Why is yours -3? That's so weird. Maybe it's because of the armor. Anyways, so we'll put Woljif on. Okay. Woljif's going to be on camouflage because he actually has a bonus. A character assigned to this position can brew potions and cook food at the same time. To cook a meal, they need to have the ingredients and know the recipe. Also, each character can cook a hearty meal, which doesn't require any recipe or ingredients. The effects of meals last 24 hours. Okay, cool. So we can cook a hearty meal. What does this do? +1 cooking bonus on all skill checks for the day. We can also cook a spicy pastry, which we actually do have enough for. This is Woljif's favorite dish. +5 movement speed bonus. I don't really care about movement speed, so we are going to go with the hearty dish. And me, and then... But I don't have any scrolls to manage, so... 10, 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to add... So this one took me a little while to understand, but what you do here is the big pictures are these ones on the outsides. So watch 1 and watch 2. And then these pictures are how you support them. So the really cool thing, and everyone has positive, so you don't see this, but actually, we can do rituals. Do I have a better? I do. She's only going to boost 2. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have her do the religion check. I'm going to take second shift. And she's going to boost me. Okay, so this is the part that got me confused. So it's really easy here. You just pick and then you pick. But I didn't bother with this stuff with these. Because everyone was high enough that it didn't really matter. Well, maybe I should do it here. Yeah, DC 10, but this is DC 19, so this is what we're going to do. So we're going to put these two here. And then this works the same with Nightwatch. So the big pictures are who's the main person on watch, and then you have who's supporting them on watch. So the cool thing is you don't see it because I don't have anyone who has negatives, but even if they have a negative on the actual skill, if they're assisting, they add 2, regardless of what their skill is to it, which you can clearly see down here. The other cool thing is this, through coloring and little symbols, shows you who's doing what.
I don't get you, mongrels. Why sit underground waiting and waiting when you can just go outside and get it over with?
The world just isn't ready for our kind of beauty yet. I'm the first emissary of the people who are gonna make the Azamars look positively homely.
So oh, I failed on the ritual. Well, I guess that kind of should have been expected. I only had +7 on a DC 19. The rest of it wasn't a surprise, though. Okay, so no more exhaustion. And I got a hearty meal out of it.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Since I'm the closest, I'm just gonna melee it out.
Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Okay, so this goes over how to channel energy. Channeling energy is basically an AoE heal, which I did with Lan earlier. It's this. The downside to this is it's not super high healing. It only goes, it's 5d6 at higher levels. Oh wait, hang on. Damage amount is equal to 1d6 plus points of damage plus 1d6 points of damage for every 2 cleric levels. So it's 9d6? Anyways, so this heals everyone in the radius. The downside to it, though, is it heals everyone in the radius. There are a number of things you can do to that. For the primary one being, it's called Selective Channeling. So only people that you want to benefit from it, or to get hit by it, because you can also do the negative energy channeling, which is what the enemies usually do. So if you take Selective Channeling with the positive one, it only heals who you want it to heal. And if you take negative energy channeling and you take Selective Heal, it only hurts who you want it to hurt. Otherwise, it hits everyone. One of the nice things about it is that it hits...
One for me.
When it hits undead, healing undead damages them in this. So it's beneficial in that way. So it makes it really good when you're fighting large amounts of undead. But if you're fighting anything that isn't undead, it's bad. Well, not bad, but you have to be careful when you use it because it'll heal your enemies. The dagger graves and other clues indicate a necromancer has recently conducted a ritual here. Throwing axe, which I'm probably going to give to my character. And just keep him in the back. Alright, did that. So sweet it is to kill. Oh, this. So they died and then turned into ghouls and then killed him. So I'm way over here. So here's what we're gonna do. Where'd that throwing axe go? It's just a +1. Cool. So we're gonna put that on me. Actually, we're gonna do it here. And then we're gonna put this away. No, I'm gonna put that bow back. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay. And then so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the throwing axe.
Smear, is this a mock fight? I don't like you!
I hope you appreciate this.
Gray hair, ashen skin. This person fell prey to a Nabasu. This demon sucks the very life essence from its victims and transforms them into ghouls. Okay, so we're just going to collect everything, and then what we're going to do is we're going to drop the stuff we don't want. So, chainmail is not worth the inventory space, and the shields are not worth the inventory space. Right? Yeah. Nope. Sorry, hit R. Didn't mean to do that.
I will fight.
I do find it amusing that Camilla is currently a better tank than my character, despite the fact that my build is about tanking. Which just goes to show that, like, don't be dissuaded by stuff that doesn't fit its role early on. You're given plenty of people who can work frontline or backline at the start. And with how many classes there are in this game, and like what you can do with multi-classing, like there is nothing that is not viable, basically. Some stuff's gonna be better than others, and with companions, you are going to be stuck with whatever their class is when you find them, and their stats. But city has fallen at last. How glorious. Now I can stop pretending to be a shopkeeper and spend all my time on my true passion, reanimating the dead. And we've got the cultists, which it's weird that Baphomet cultists are helping a necromancer. But anyways. You met the enemy zombie who possesses the demon. Stop showing me this. Keep showing me these same prompts. Really annoying. Okay, so what we're actually gonna do, I have all the range to go for the necromancer. Actually, I probably should have had Sela. Because every time I cast a spell, they get an attack of opportunity. But whatever, it all worked out. Okay. It went much better than my first one. My first one, the scare got like everybody. And I hadn't cleared out the other side. And so they wandered into the graveyard. Over here. With all those enemies over there. And I had this big old fight, and Lan and Camilla pulled it out in the end. Otherwise, I would have wiped on that one. So, anyway, did I miss this one over here? Yep, here we go. A short-hooded figure is poking about some bodies lying in the middle of the street. The stranger drags the first body off the road, respectfully props it up against the wall, and places the corpse's hand on its chest. The figure then freezes, as if hesitating, and you see him reach out his hand towards the beautiful gold amulet hanging around the corpse's neck. He jerks his hand back, hesitates, and then reaches out again. Hey, who are you and what are you doing here? Or, wow, look what we have here. Looting corpses, are we? I wish there was an option to say this, like, sincerely jokingly, rather than like being a narc, but the stranger almost jumps out of his skin and the hood falls from his head. Under a mop of red curls, a round halfling face looks up at you. Oh, whew. I thought you were demons. Good day to you, sir. Sela lifts an eyebrow. Sela eyebrows. That's a okay. Can't tell if that's a typo or anyways. Sela's eyebrows lift in apparent surprise. Curl? Is that you? The halfling looks at Sela and smiles broadly. Oh, Lady Sela, you're alive! Goodness me, that's the second bit of good news on an otherwise lousy day. What was the first bit of good news? Stick around and see for yourself. Do you know this person, Sela? Meet Rimvi, better known as Curl. He hails from Knabris and fights in the Condemned. He's one of a kind, a rogue with a heart of gold. Sela smiles and adds a little more seriously. Curl, it's probably none of my business, but you should ask yourself if what you were about to do is right. The halfling's cheeks flush, and he hides his hands behind his back. I just thought... Oh, it doesn't matter. Turn my AC on because it's hot in my room. Can you tell me anything about how useful... Excuse me. Can you tell me anything useful about what's going on in the city? I'm afraid not, good sir. I just left a defender's heart. Before that, I was holed up in there, too scared to leave. Although spending all that time under Commander Erebeth's nose sure was something. She's a strict one. Whew. And when she gets antsy, don't even start. I've had enough of her breathing on my neck to last me a lifetime. So what are you doing here? Robbing corpses? No, the halfling protests. Rimvi Curl may be a rogue, but he doesn't loot corpses. I just need to get these poor lads' bodies off the roads. My friends and I are on a terribly important mission, and we need to get through. And here come his friends. He's interrupted by the sound of wheels rolling on the paving stones. A cart drawn by a sad little horse appears from around the corner. A pretty half-elf is driving it, and a young man in knight's armor is walking alongside. Even from a distance, you can see his tan face and his blue eyes shining brightly. The halfling straightens up. See? A terribly important and very heroic mission. My friends and I are receiving a beer cart from the demons. As he's speaking, the newcomers notice you, and the knight cries out in jubilation. Sela! I never thought I'd see you again. I thought you were headed to the main square, the center of the demons' attack. The half-elf smiles warmly at Sela. Hey friend, glad to see you're alright. When we got separated by the crowd at the celebration, I knew right away that something was wrong. And when demons appeared all of a sudden, I realized that was the reason why I'd been so anxious. But I couldn't find you among the dead and squares, so I kept my hopes up, and I was proved right. Sela's face lights up with joy. So you're the other bit of good news Carl was talking about. You and Jenna are alive. Actually, by good news, I meant we found the beer cart. So Elin and Jenna being alive amounts to a quarter bit of good news. Well, maybe half. A beer cart? How about sharing with us? I'm sure we could all do with a drink. Or aren't there more important things to do in the city than saving other people's property? The half-elf winks rakishly. Certainly. Give me your flask, friend. And if you walk with us to the Defender's Heart, we can have a more thorough sampling of the spoils there. Despite the cheerful tone, she looks at you with anxious hope. Got any yell out of that? Janna, there's no need. The heart is very close, and the three of us will be enough to fight off an attack if there is one. Besides, our friend here surely has better things to do. More important things than carrying barrels of beer, I'll wager. By the way, my name is Elin, Sir Elin of the Houndhearts. I'm glad to meet someone who survived this madness. You haven't told me how you know Sela. I'll save that story till we're back at the Defender's Heart. We're going back there, aren't you? We'll have a reason to toast our spoils. I have to go. I'm not going to rat on Curl because he didn't actually steal anything. Also, they're dead. Who cares? So long. We're sure to meet again, either in the city or at the Defender's Heart. Sure you will. Come to the tavern. We'll celebrate the valiant rescue of this barrel together. Also, I've been looting bodies, like, literally all day. Like, up until this point. And I'm taking it from that body, too. So, like, I feel like that was poorly written. Like, there should have been some sort of a mechanic in the background noting how many bodies you've looted. Oh, I need to mess with... we'll put her in the back. Yeah, that's a good formation. Oh. Okay, so Camilla, you're going to go here. Yeah, actually, everyone's just going to stop. Stop.
I'm sure they mean us no harm, right?
The spirits demand your blood!
So that explanation about shooting in the melee is basically when you shoot in a melee, they get not only do they get attacks of opportunity on you, but your chance to hit is majorly reduced, and their chance to hit you is majorly increased. These corpses were gnawed to the bone by ghouls whose teeth were the likely cause of death.
You are today's sacrifice!
Oh.
Don't worry about me.
I wonder if that's like messed something up, because they're doing that in my game too, where they're not behaving normally, or maybe I'm just expecting them to move faster. I don't know. Might be a bug. Cool. More scale mail, which is good. What is... Oh, her strength? That's okay. Oops. Oh well. It's also okay. Oh, speaking of...
Together, we stand.
I'll watch your back.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
I'm here.
We'll make things right.
I appreciate it. We will
Open
win this
your heart
war.
to me. This war must end.
Summon a raven. Forgot about the familiars.
I am helpful, am I not?
Into the house. This is the one I think it is. It's an annoying... Nope, this is not the house that I thought it was. But there is one that's really annoying to fight through. Oh! Did not see the trap, because I'm really good at this. These fighters must have been caught off guard. They died before they could even draw their weapons. Their bodies are covered in a thin layer of ice that is slowly melting. Okay. So, I know how this works. But, for sake of roleplay, I'm going to try and clear the blockage.
They will break against our resolve.
Go for their hearts!
I'm gonna loot. Anything else? Nope. Okay, where was it? Did I pick up anything he can use? So here's where I run into a conundrum. I can have him add this to his list, or I can use it, because that'll let me progress. Copy. I just realized I never looked at everybody's spellbook. Okay, that's all fine. Lamb, I want to give you, well, I can only give you Shield of Faith in there. And then I'm going to give you Magic Weapon? No. Because you've already got +1. I'm going to give you Divine Favor. Camilla, we're going to give you Protection from Alignment Communal. And Cure Moderate Wounds. And then we're going to give you Bold Strength in your Spirit Magic slot. What else we got? We'll just do another Cure Light Wounds. Oh, no, I should give her Bless. Bless is very good. Do you have anything? You do not. What Bard spells? Oh, let's just work that way. Okay, so see, let's move over here.
Can we retreat already?
He's making short work of Sela. Jesus. Am I attacking? Let's use the acid. That did not go as well as I could have.
Yes. The gods have abandoned.
Really should have prepped for that better. Anyways.
Wanna play together?
Did I fail this again? Yep, failed. Nice. Jeez, come on, guys.
I am helpful.
I'm very confused why I'm failing them so badly. It's supposed to use whoever has the highest athletics score. I have +7, -5, -3, +7. Really? I would have thought he had better. Okay. Well, I'm less irritated by that now then.
Follow me, or don't.
What did I get out of that? Wicked Longbow. Whenever this +2 composite longbow confirms a critical hit on an enemy, the target must pass the will saving throw. So for a curse, this cursed creature suffers -1 penalty will, -2 to fortitude, and -3 to reflex saving throws. It cannot be removed with the curse spell. So we're just gonna give it to Ember, even though it's not necessarily like really good for her or anything. I'm really annoyed that no one can use that armor. Marching Terror. Darkhorn. What was this one? Was it just +1? Oh, yeah, it's just +1 cold iron. Remember thinking, or remember it feeling like it was stronger than that. That's weird. Anyways, I could dual wield? No, that's a bad idea. I'll miss like crazy. Already having a hard time hitting. Yeah, that works. There's so much more of this map to explore. This is going to be a long one. Hear me. Take heed. The hordes of the Abyss march on. The Ward Stone is their target. They must not be allowed to capture it. The consequences will be disastrous. Oh, I know what that is now. Okay. I was very confused the first time I saw that. I totally get what that is now. Okay. The Temple of Desna? Desna. I don't think there's a fight in here. Yeah, there isn't a fight in here. But this will... Altar of Desna, Goddess of Luck, patron deity of travelers and dreamers. This will come into play later.
Do not fear. Do not waver. Cover me, all right?
Get the caster! Crazies? Oh, I should probably turn this off. Yeah, so you can actually have your characters, I've gone over this, you can have characters use spells instead of... Actually, in that case... Oh wait, he can't use it. Yeah, that's fine. It really is a shame that she's not going to be able to hit with a weapon.
The heartbeat quickens.
Ha! He missed, even concealed. Finally, RNG is working in my favor. Oh, but we're missing like crazy too. That's okay, can't seem to hit her, which is nice. Oh, there, and I spoke too soon. It's got a short spear? That's interesting. There. Okay, so before we continue for too much more, I need to make sure I'm healing up Sela. Because that's how we party wipe if we're not careful.
Is that a trap? It might be a trap.
Remember there being more going on this side. Oh, this guy's gonna ask for help. Thank the gods, I found someone who isn't fleeing in panic. Are you crusaders? Mercenaries? The comely half-elf was so frightened he can barely get the words out. I am a servant of Count Dayron Kale Nevis Arende. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. The master himself and all his guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. I managed to escape through a secret servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion is only a stone's throw away, on the next street over. He meets your gaze with pleading eyes. Count Arende, I've seen him a few times before. From afar, he looked highly audacious. I confess he did capture my attention, but that's neither here nor there. We should help him. The gratitude of a rich and influential man can only benefit us. You've heard about the Arende family before. This wealthy and noble Mendevian dynasty was almost wiped out by demons more than 10 years ago. The last surviving member of the family, the young Count Tavern, has an infamous reputation. He is well known for being a rake and a rogue. Misfortune continues to dog the house of Arende, I see. Oh, I really can't talk. I shouldn't be doing this for like 2 hours, apparently. The servant cringes. You're telling me. Everyone tried to talk me out of taking up the position, saying that it can't just have been bad luck that brought tragedy down on the family and almost killed off the line. But I reasoned that since my master was the only one to survive the calamity, that meant he must be blessed by fate and the powers of good. The pay was nothing to sniff at either. The servant cast his eyes around the street. I should have listened to people smarter than me and gone to work somewhere else, preferably far away from Canabras. Now tell me more about what happened. I'll tell you what I can. I was working from dusk till dawn and back to dusk again, serving guests at the Count's banquet. When the other servants came to relieve me at my post, I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I wake up and there's demons inside the mansion. I couldn't even reach the Count. That monster blocked the way. The Count's banquet was still going on. He and his guests were in the great hall, and as far as I could tell, the door to the room was sealed, and the demons couldn't get in. I'm begging you, you have to hurry. The mansion's doors are sturdily built, but the demons will have to work hard to get past them. So you still have time to rescue the people inside. Alright, I'll help. Where's your master's house? It's not far at all. You're better off entering from the next street over through the passage I used to get out. Help, I'm begging you. I hate to think of what the Count will do to me if I don't bring back help. Okay, so we will come back to that. Because that is a whole nother map, and judging by the size of the blood stain, the body... Oh, jeez. What? Is this just going... Oh, judging by the size of the blood stain, the body of something truly enormous was dragged over these stones. Terendelev, most likely. Okay. There was... Yeah, we spotted something. Neophyte cleric. Okay, so Camilla. Oops, no, I don't want to use it.
I'll cut you wide open.
Are we in trouble?
I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna have Lan go for this one. Woljif, you're gonna go for this one, and Ember, you're gonna go for this one.
You can handle them, right?
Nice. Got them early so they can't get off those hits. Those stupid spells. And Woljif got in the sneak attack. Nice. Okay. More equipment. I think that. Yeah, these light maces aren't worth it. But real quick, let's go ahead and give Sela an upgrade to her armor. And short speed. Yeah, it's just a +1. It's hard to believe that this place recently held a bustling and festive market. Yeah, into the house. Yeah, I already cleared off that side. The demon invasion transformed all of Canabras into one great battlefield, but nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans, the demon lord Discari leading his hordes from the abyss, and the dragon Terendelev, the mightiest of the city's defenders, and one of the first to fall. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins, from the chimneys torn down by the powerful wings in a sharp dive, to the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins. It is Longer, and he is not alone. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over this place, like a gaze untethered from any observer. This mysterious force, unknown to mortal kind, silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Lohengrin is vested with this power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before him as a unified whole, an unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful if it were not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its splendor. What past does he see? In the past exist the ones who wielded this gaze in life. Although the one and life are in opposite terms for aeons, the supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance. Rather than who or what, a better word for these entities is how. The Aeon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond, to put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the world wound, the chasm disrupting the order of the multiverse. Alas, the visitor from beyond proved too weak for the battle that they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Discari back to the abyss. With one swing of his scythe, the demon lord cut the Aeon down. So Aeons are beyond mercy, beyond passion, beyond mercy, beyond reason. The faceless caretakers of reality toil without end, silently struggling to preserve the tenuous balance upon which all existence depends. These voiceless forces are the Aeons' inscrutable shapers. These voiceless forces are the Aeons, inscrutable shapers and eliminators of the multiverse. They exist beyond the understanding of most mortals, endlessly striving towards goals unfathomable even to many of the plane's oldest inhabitants. Aeons build order from the chaos of the maelstrom, seed new life upon barren worlds, and halt the rampages of forces grown overbold. They rend nations to vapor, dismantle planets into cosmic dust, and pave the way for calamities. Aeons embody the plan's spanning hand of a metaphorical, omnipotent clockmaker, endlessly tuning and adjusting the myriad gears of reality in pursuit of ultimate perfection. The Great Beyond is a term that encompasses all the planes of existence that make up the known multiverse. These realities beyond our reality are the domains of the gods and are home to the non-godly powers fit for worship, planar dragons, and entirely alien races. So what present does he see? Ruins, blood, corpses. None of this perturbs the Aeon's dispassionate gaze. The living are alive. The dead will be judged by Pharasma, all as it should be. But the demons circling in the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world of mortals is for mortals. The demon's place is in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything in it knew its place. So Pharasma is their god of death. The Lady of Graves, Mother of Souls, Grey Lady. Pharasma is the goddess of birth, death, and prophecy. Oh, I didn't know their birth part. She shepherds Galarian's recently departed souls to their final reward. Upon death, souls migrate via the River of Souls to Pharasma's boneyard in the outer sphere, which sits atop an impossibly tall spire that pierces the astral plane. She is among the most ancient deities in the multiverse, but keeps her knowledge of the fate of all souls closely guarded. But even the demons aren't as abhorrent as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but to the Aeon's eyes, its mere existence is an outrage against universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would stop at nothing until the crystal was unmade. But the Aeon is gone, and only their gaze remains. Lundgren picks the crystal up out of the dirt and stows it in his pocket. He is mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. What future does he see? Good and evil, chaos and order. Everything is in its lawful place in the multiverse and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the River of Souls from life to death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and the Aeons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. River of Souls. The River of Souls is the name given to the constant migration of mortal souls beyond the material plane to Pharasma's boneyard and the outer sphere, where they are judged and sent to their eternal fate. On the astral plane, the River of Souls resembles a massive, winding silver thread. Those who approach can see the countless souls moving through the silver haze like so many schools of fish. The esoteric tradition considers the River of Souls to be a ley line and simply one part of the multiverse's network of magical pathways. After allowing the hero to view the world through their eyes, the little that remained of the destroyed Aeon is killed, even appropriate here for an entity that is so removed from life and death as we understand them, used up the last vestiges of its energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness unless someone decides to preserve the Aeon within themselves. Will the hero take on this power so that he may again look at the world through another's eyes, or will he allow it to vanish? So I allowed it to dissipate my other one, so I'm going to take it. Retain the Aeon's power within yourself. The spirit of the Aeon dwells out of sight, deep in Lundgren's soul, like a pair of magical spectacles stowed away until the moment when the hero once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. So I won't be taking the Aeon Mythic Path. At least not until I've beat the game once through. One of the videos I saw while waiting for launch day going over the Mythic Path said that while Aeon is cool, Aeon is really cool when you know how it affects the outcome of things, and recommended that if you're going to do it as a second playthrough, or on a second playthrough, so you can see the difference in how events play out by taking the path, which I thought made a lot of sense. So I will save an Aeon path playthrough for another time. Watch it, watch it. What are you goons doing? You'll bloody crush me. A young tiefling lies trapped in a collapsed section of the tunnel. Another 2 tieflings scramble around, trying in vain to free him from the rubble. These guys weren't here last time. The demons still haven't entirely broken through the defenses of Carnabras, but time is running out. Quit whining! Hey, someone's coming! Maybe he'll help us? Wise up, would you, before you get us killed? Let's make a run for it while we still can. No, come on, don't leave me, I'll die here! Hey guys, I see you've been in a bit of a jam. Get a load of this lot, and no escort either. Woljif, you little shit, how are you not dead yet? And who's that with you? They're friends of mine, great guys. Woljif turns to you and out of the corner of his mouth says, listen, do me a solid, help them drag his sorry carcass free, they'll repay you across my heart. I'll help you pull him out from under the rubble. Easy clear the rubble and flee the trapped tiefling. Whew, I'm alive. And all in one piece, give or take. Thank you. I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. The free tiefling turns to his companions. And you 2 clowns, I don't want to hear a word out of you. Get into the tunnel, now. 1 trip, just to the Grey Garrison and back. Don't be a coward, it's not going to collapse. Go, or else we came all this way for nothing. That ended well, didn't it? Wished. What? Is that his name? Not now, Toplighter. The tiefling eyes you and elbows his chatty companion in the ribs, causing him to double over in pain. Everything's alright now? Then go and try not to get trapped under any more rubble. Hey, wait, we should probably come clean now since you did save one of us. Well, we're what they call tieflings. We kind of skirt around the edges of the law. That's how we make our living. Say some tyrant bans books that show stuff he don't like, or fancy Kionan wine he don't drink. It's wrong if we don't step in to fill the gap in the market. If there's a demand for it, someone's got to sell it. And don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our only concern is making the lives of citizens easier for little coin. People in the city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on top of our friend, for instance. It leads straight to the Grey Garrison. Gay Garrison. Thanks to that, any soldier whose throat's feeling a little dry or who's needing some nighttime reading material, we can get all the things to him for him that his heartless superiors refuse to. We're providing a public service. I helped you, now you can help me and commit a terror bait to save Carnabras. The militia needs people with various skills, even ones as unusual as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? The tiefling points at his horn and his tail. You know what people call us? Aurelius Spawn. And that's one of the nicer nicknames. Crusaders and tieflings don't mix. We'll be torched on sight. Whoa. Terabade? Erebeth Terabade from the Eagle Watch? Lads, we have to help her. She's one of the only big shots in town that actually treats us with any decency. Why should we risk our necks for the Crusaders? Because Erebeth risked her neck for ours. She saved me with that creep Hull run. Yanked me straight out of his torture chamber. Only a worthless toe rag would refuse to help her out after that. Nah, I'm not listening to any more of this. The tiefling makes a show of covering his ears. You do what you want. I'm heading for the River Kingdoms. Go on then. I'm going with the Crusaders. And I'm going to round up the others to help. The tiefling smirks. We've made some good money in the city. It'd be a shame to surrender a meal ticket to the demons. But enough yammering. So long.
Let me draw the first blood.
I did not encounter them on my... Well, I encountered the dude trapped in the rubble, but I didn't get that effect out of it. Despite all the city's trouble, the Statue of Army towers proudly over the street.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Don't show me this again. I should probably turn off having it show me repeat tutorials. We're gonna climb down. I like how these guys are just standing around.
How much longer, I wonder?
Save the last one for me.
Jeez. When we do hit, it is nasty.
Dot.
I'll hit you.
The heartbeat quickens.
Okay, you guys are all gonna go for the evoker.
World in crimson. So this is how it
Oh, they took Camellia down again. Oh shit. Wow, whiff fest. Oh man. Okay, so this is the first time we've seen this, but so Sela has Death's Door. Characters at Death's Door and escaped a deadly blow only by sheer luck. If their hit points fall below their negative Constitution score again, then they will truly die. This condition can be removed by visiting a healer at the capital or by greater restoration. Which I don't think I even have greater restoration. Perception. Whatever, we'll go with the cat. So first things first. Need to heal up everybody. Man, they did a number on her. Having some really bad luck by comparison to what I usually get, even by my standards. So like, oof. Wonder if I'm ever gonna make it through this. Okay, anyways. Young mongrels stand before you, their gazes roaming, the demon blood drying on their lumpen faces. They were more talkative before, just as hungry though. Land slowly takes off bow off his shoulder, careful not to make any sudden movements. Get out of here, kids. I don't want to shoot you. Get lost. What are you doing here? The mongrels don't respond. Their gazes come to rest on you, and a predatory gleam appears in their eyes. That's weird. So anyway, hey you tainted freaks, did you forget what I did to Hosilla? I'll do the same to you if you don't fall in line. March into the shield maze and don't come out until you hear me arrive. Even you lumps will be useful in the fight for the Grey Garrison. The mongrel with the growth instead of an eye hisses at you, then bows his head in submission and the rest follow suit. I like how they run in the opposite direction, but it's fine. Bodies have a variety of wounds. One is covered in burns, others have weapon or claw marks. It is safe to assume that they were decapitated post-mortem. That's the name of that, right? Yeah.
Move aside.
What is this? Greypox. Oh. Interesting. This is the one. Okay. The fire was no accident. It looks like the work of a Brumarak, a pyromaniac demon. Yeah, this is just gonna suck.
Time to stretch me muscles.
See if I can. Nope. Can't you charge him? No.
Did I mess up
Okay.
again?
So I'm gonna move over. Everyone's gonna come into the room. all gonna go for him.
Won't survive
Because he's gonna do that! Fuck.
me. Endure this.
Ugh, that hurt.
Right there. Something? See?
Where is it? There it is.
I hope you appreciate this.
Okay. Oh, time to use spells. I'm almost running out of potions.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, you know what I realize I'm forgetting?
Restless. I wonder why.
This never runs equal to the witch's level to any resistance. Can I have her do this automatically? I can. Sweet. Way better than having her attack.
I'll cheer you on.
Forgot about that. Oh, these guys suck too. No, go for him.
Make every strike count.
Ugh.
I hate the
No
voice of the
reason to
spirits.
pause.
Gotta use abilities to keep everybody alive right now. I'm gonna need to rest on this map again.
Make way.
Is that everything? Close to it. Okay. Got that whole area. Oh my god, am I done with the map? I am almost done with the map. Oh, nope. I am done over there. Okay. Gonna come back over this way.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Okay. Over here, right? Yeah. Down this way.
Can we retreat already?
You won't stop us.
The spirits demand your blood.
People not killed by demons, their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons. What? Tell me, civilized people killing other civilized people in the middle of a demon attack?
Follow me. Or don't.
There's dirt trapped beneath the mongrel's claws, thus that he was climbing, clinging to the walls. My beloved brother, I admire your zeal, of course, but would you not agree this is hardly the time to be standing guard over a hole that no one will ever emerge from? Or perhaps you're concerned that someone will decide to go for a nighttime stroll and will accidentally fall in? Such foresight is laudable, but do you really need so many soldiers for a task? Can't your warriors be better put to use, for instance, fighting demons or clearing the rubble, while the people trapped beneath it might still be alive? The face of this golden-curled ASMR is beautiful even by the standards of his kind, in whose veins run the blood of angels. His melodious voice sounds cheerful, but bitter reproach simmers in his gaze. Don't you dare call me brother, heretic! The signs of recent hard fighting are obvious in this stern old man. His armor is dented and covered in blood, and his unnatural pallor suggests something more dangerous than wounds inflicted by claws and fangs. Nevertheless, his gaze is stony, and his voice, accustomed to barking orders, is harsh and clipped. How dare you accuse me of doing nothing to protect this city, especially now when followers of your temple were caught committing treason? To my mind, you were no different than the demon worshippers, those miscreants, those beasts that are digging under the city walls. Everyone knows, my dearest prelate, that in your zealous pursuit of order in this city, you have long since forgotten how to tell friend from foe and good from evil. That what's happened with my adepts, whose act of treason was a genuine attempt to save the city. And yet again, I'm forced to repeat myself. While we are wasting time on pointless quarrels, people are dying under the rubble in our city. People whom we could have saved if you'd only set your soldiers to the task, and not kept them here, surrounding the useless and utterly harmless hole in the ground. Harmless? Well, if it's on your say-so, then it must mean there is someone down there. Your associates, no doubt. And if they're just waiting for us to abandon our post before they slink out and try again to... The old man notices your approach. And you. I remember you. You appeared in my city the day the demons attacked Turendelev. The demons attacked and Turendelev died. What are you doing here? Answer at once, or I'll have you strung up by your ankles before you know it. Don't you think the demons have wounded me? I still don't have strength to take on 100 of your sort. And what is this hideous creature? Holrun peers at Lan with suspicion. Lan, at your service. The mongrel ducks his head in a bow. My forebears fought in the First Crusade. I've lived in Canabras my whole life. You haven't seen me before? It must be because you don't ever venture into the underground district. We've been meaning to complain to the city authorities that our paving stones have been in need of repair for a long time. The First Crusade? So you're a mongrel. You obviously know human speech. Surprisingly well, in fact. Alright, let's be off with you. The prelate looks at you. If he causes any trouble, I shall hold you responsible. Come to think of it, you still haven't told me who you are. I'm a crusader. I'm fighting to liberate Canabras from the demons. A crusader, you say? I'll be looking into that. You obviously don't know to whom you are speaking. I'm the one who decides who's a crusader and who's a traitor in this city. Horun Shepuk, prelate of the Canabras, by the grace of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, and the city's defender against threats from within and without. And we can see you've done a sterling job of protecting the city. The golden-curled ASMR flashes a flinty smile. I'm Ramian of Edmei, prior of the Temple of Desna, which, alas, currently lies in ruins. Wise Holrun here believes it is vital to guard this hole of the ground, from which he is certain demons will emerge at any moment. I've been trying to convince him that the city has far more urgent matters to deal with. For instance, rescuing those who are currently dying under the rubble. You know what? There may be in fact one matter that is more important than guarding this hole. I've put it off, and look where it's led us. I should have had you hung from the gates back when you dared to defend your gang of delinquent demon collaborators. If the Sarkorians had hanged Aurela Vorlesh while they had the chance, there never would have been a war. I won't repeat their mistake. I won't hesitate any longer. Soldiers, seize this scum. Prelate, see reason. These are frightening times, but threatening to hang someone without trial, that is unworthy of a servant Iomade. The old man fixes his eyes on Sela. Lest you forget, girl, we may serve the same goddess, but you are not an inquisitor. Don't question the way I choose to serve Iomade, and I won't question yours. What precisely you're accusing Ramian of, Inquisitor? Treason. Not long before the city was attacked, several followers from his temple tried to secretly access the Wardstone and perform an unknown ritual over it. Horun is trembling with fury. The Wardstone of Canabras, the gift from Iomade, the bringer of light, wrought by the hands of her herald, the first in the chain. And followers of that crazy runt of a goddess trying to meddle with it using their magic after hearing a voice in their dreams. My soldiers almost had them caught when Ramian got in the way, allowing the traitors to go to ground. I made a mistake. I didn't have him locked in a cell, interrogated to within an inch of his life. And now the city lies in ruins. It's time to rectify that mistake. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again. My people foresaw the attack on the city. They knew the Wardstone already carried the seed of corruption within itself, and they were simply trying to heal it. I've heard similar claims before. Now where was it? Ah, yes, from Staunton Vane, the traitor who brought down Dresden. The lessons of the past have taught us a great deal, and that is why I never believed you or your mob's lies, even for a second. And I was right. I'll use this one. Behold, Inquisitor, I bear the gift of an angel who died in the caves below Canabras. I am no enemy of yours. The old man frowns and whispers something. A prayer? Or a spell? With each word, his face relaxes. You were telling the truth. The light in your hand was wrought by the power of heaven. I will keep an open mind with you, with regard to you, stranger. And later, under less fractious circumstances, I would like to ask you about how you came to receive this gift. But that can wait. Now I must deal with this filth once and for all. Don't lay a finger on him, or you'll have to answer to me. The ASMR holds up his hands in a placating gesture. Stop! You are the defenders of what remains of Canabras. Can't you think of anything better to do than to be at each other's throats in the ruins of the city? Ramian looks at the prelate. You're a fool, Holren. You're a zealot and a murderer, but you're a fool first and foremost. I told you that the Wardstone was weakened. You wouldn't listen. I warned you that the city was going to be attacked. You shooed me away. The truth is that my young adepts are trying to save the Wardstone, and you stopped them. Of course those truly responsible for this tragedy are the demons, but you have done nothing to prevent it. And now you would still rather kill an innocent person and perish yourself than admit you were wrong. As always, with a wave of his wand, the ASMR vanishes. He fled, the heretic. He is no doubt expecting me to rush off in pursuit, but that won't work on me. Holren turns his attention to you. What about you? If you truly have been marked out for a gift from heaven, this is your chance to save the city. Go and bring back that filthy traitor. I am almost certain that he and his cronies were helping the demons, either knowingly or unknowingly. Their attempt to bewitch the Wardstone is clear proof. Ramian must be captured. I see you suffer greatly in battle. Nonsense! I had to deal with a brood of Nabasus. It was nothing. I've taken on worse enemies with the goddess's help. Nabasus, also known as death demons, have the ability to drain their victim's life force. Judging by Holren's pallor, he has lost a significant amount of his energy. The Inquisitor can bluster as much as he wants, but right now he's far from the peak of his abilities. Why are you obsessed with finding enemies everywhere you look? Why? Why? You must not be from these parts, or you wouldn't have asked such a question. I look for enemies everywhere because our enemies are everywhere. Who are we at war with? Demons. Demons and cultists. They are masters of deception. They worm their way into your favor and masquerade in all manner of false guises. Do you think Dresden was taken by force? No. By trickery! Were it not for me, Canabras would have gone the same way long ago. Captured out from under our noses. Now listen to what I'm about to tell you. This was a long time ago. I was very young then, and I had just joined the Crusade. Back then, Canabras didn't have a garrison so much as a public thoroughfare. Anyone who wanted could just stroll into the city. One day at dawn, a group of refugees came to the city, bold as brass. The guards let them in, and why not? For no one was ever turned away. 'Twas no matter. Everyone was welcome in our city. If you came from Mendiv, or if you'd hauled yourself here from across the seas, the Crusade accepted all and sundry, but on this occasion we paid dearly for our laxity. Just as soon as those innocent lambs entered the city, they transformed into demons and rushed towards the Wardstone, slaughtering everyone who tried to stop them. 62 people died in less than a minute. The demons used their mutilated corpses to desecrate the obelisk. None of them dared to go near it. The light of the goddess burned them all. So they blew through the blood from afar, spattering the Wardstone from every direction. And the lead demon, an eyeless beast Monago is her name, jeered and gloated, saying we mortals had been sitting ducks. And the creature was right, too. We let our guard down, and we got what we deserved. That bloodbath came to be known as the Red Morning Massacre, and it was burned into the townsfolk's memory. Since then, Canabras has adopted different practices. Heretics, cultists, spies, all the rabble who coveted Erlu's glory, we drove them all out of the city. We haven't had any trouble here since. Many have come here, even the Balor Koramzada, and they've all been sent straight back to where they came from, or else they would have been killed for their trouble. Or else they were killed from their trouble. You see, Discari himself had to crawl out of the abyss and come here. The goddess cursed him in order to break through our defenses. And what did he do? He left again, and we're still fighting. Now that is what vigilance and discipline can do. Ramian really warned you about the attack? Those crazed Desnans were always bursting into my study with their incoherent prophecies that came to them in their dreams. I won't lie. Sometimes what they said did come to pass. But can we really rely on woolly dreams of heretics over the cold, hard facts of intelligence reports? Plenty of demons could have easily fooled them and whispered a treasonous plan in their dreams, and those lunatics would have only been too happy to listen. This time, Mr. Curls for Brains came to me and declared that the demons were about to attack the city, and that the Wardstone's power was diminished by some kind of contamination or taint. Iomade forgive me for even repeating the words. After uttering such blasphemy, he should have been locked up along with his followers and interrogated, but instead I simply increased the surveillance on them. And what next? My people caught them red-handed trying to attack the Wardstone with unknown magic, and not 3 days later the demons attacked the city. There's an obvious connection between these events. Whether deliberately or under demonic influence, the Desnans played right into the hand of the Discari's hordes, and they almost left the city completely defenseless. Ramian covered for his people the whole time and helped them escape my guards. After that, what else can he be but a heretic and a traitor? There's nothing dangerous in this hall. You have no reason to guard it. You You yourself have received a light-bringing gift from an angel who perished in the caves below our feet. It's no secret that these passages are teeming with dangerous creatures that could kill anyone, even a warrior of heaven. Demons and demonic offspring love roaming about underground. That's why I will keep an eye on this hole. If the beast decides to attack from here, we'll be ready for them. Where can I find Ramian? How should I know? The weasel can't have gone far. He turned invisible. He's probably hunkered down there in some hole like the traitorous little rat he is. And he'll be sitting, trembling, and waiting until he's dragged out of there. With the prelate after you, that seems like the only sensible thing to do. It's what I'd do. I'm sure lots of things sound sensible to you. And if it works too, as you can see, it works too. As you can see, I'm still alive. So he's clearly a ranting madman. Actually, you know what? I killed him last time, so I'm gonna leave him alive. Go on then if you have to. It'd be good if you could return the head of that scum. Amber peers intently at Hora. I remember you. When Father and I arrived in the city, you met us. What is this gibberish? As if I have anything better to do than arrange meetings with vagrants. But it's true. You and the other knights tied us to stakes and started lighting the bonfire. Father died, and then one of your knights changed his mind and pulled me from the flames. But then he died too. Don't you remember? If you were burned, then it was with good reason. You say some traitor helped you escape from the fire? That is a crime in itself, which means that you have been evading justice all these years. If it weren't for the invasion, I would review your case and see that your sentence was finally fulfilled. You're lucky that we have more important matters to deal with right now. He didn't look the way he does now, all wrinkled and gray. He was young, with a big mustache. Ember smiles broadly and draws a large bushy mustache in the air with her finger. You probably forgot all about me. It was a long time ago. But I do want to say one thing. I'm not cross with him. That this knight is a true hero. He just really, really wanted to protect his city. Only he got all mixed up about who was good and who was evil. Oh. Holrun, you sent an innocent child to be burned at the stake? Don't you want to ask for forgiveness? Hardly. Anyone can look innocent. How did this girl manage to survive the fire? And what about that crow that's always flying around her? I'd advise you take a closer look at this innocent lamb of yours. If you ask me, she looks highly suspicious indeed. You forgive him after what he did to you? He thought he was doing right. How do you know? Maybe you've done something thinking it was a good thing, but you're really doing a bad thing that hurt someone. But what if I've done the same thing? We can't be angry at people for making mistakes when we might be no better than them. Let's go, Ember. Yes, let's go. Bye-bye, kind knight. The girl waves to Holrun with a carefree smile. Holrun grimaces and turns away. Mongrel's body is sliced from shoulder to groin. Oh, he killed the mongrels as they came up?
Could we step on their toes as well?
Your pain is my pleasure.
I hate Holrun. Such an ass. Okay, are we almost done? We are almost done.
Yet another obstacle.
Okay, did we clear the map? Oh man, that was a lot. Which leaves us with one last thing. Over here. Over 2 hours, holy crap. Okay, so we've cleared the market. Or sorry, the market square. I should probably actually head back to the tavern, but we're going to end it here, and next time what we're going to do is we're going, actually, let's just go ahead and exit. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, good thing I checked. Cool, so we're going to leave. Okay, and what we're actually going to do for the next one is Errand Day Party House. Actually, we'll probably do the Blackwing Library first. That one's a quick resolve, but then we'll do Errand Day Party House after that. So thanks for watching, and